In Unit 9, Part 3, we are talking about using intercepts. So we're talking about the x-intercept and the y-intercept. So definitions for you. The x-intercept is the x-coordinate of a point where a graph crosses the x-axis. And then the y-intercept is the y-coordinate of a point where a graph crosses the y-axis. So let's look at some examples. So the directions say to identify the x-intercept and the y-intercept of the line. So if you look at the line that we have drawn here, okay, the x-intercept is going to be where our line crosses the x-axis, which is right here. Okay, so our x-intercept is going to be at the point 4, 0. Then our y-intercept is where the graph crosses the y-axis, which would be right down here. So our y-intercept is going to be the point 0, -2. So what I want you to notice real quick is that when we have the x-intercept, the y-coordinate is 0. When we have the y-intercept, the x-coordinate is 0. So let's look at our second example. So again, our x-intercept is where it crosses the x-axis, which is right here. So our x-intercept in this case would be -1, 0. And then our y-intercept is where it crosses the y right here. So that's going to be at 0, 3. Alright, so that's just identifying x and y intercepts. The next thing you want to do is find the intercepts when we're given an equation graph. Okay? So this is not too difficult as long as you remember the rules. And so on this first one, let me start by rewriting this. This should be 3x plus y equals 6. I left the x off when I made the notation. Okay. So when we want to find the x-intercept, all we're going to do is make the y 0. So if you look, I plugged in 0 for y, and now I can just solve for x. So I get x equals 2. So my x-intercept is 2, which is the point 2, 0. Because remember, when we have the x-intercept, the y-coordinate is going to be 0. So that's to find the x-intercept. Then to find the y-intercept, we just do the opposite. We make the x 0. I'm going to scroll down and give myself some more room. I plugged in 0 for x, so 3 times 0 is 0. So I just get y equals 6. So my y-coordinate is 6, which is the point 0, 6. Whenever I have the y-intercept, the x value is 0. Let's look at the second example. So I have -4x plus 3y equals 12. So to find the x-intercept, I plug in 0 for y. So I'll have -4x equals 12. Again, just because 3 times 0 is 0. I need to divide by -4 in order to get x by itself. So I get x equals -3, which means my x-intercept is at -3. To find the y-intercept, then I do the opposite. I plug in 0 for x. -4 times 0 is 0, so I have 3y equals 12. Divide by 3 to get y by itself, so I get y equals 4. So that's my y-intercept, which is at the point 0, 4. Alright, number 3, I'll leave for you guys to do on your own. On the back side, it says using intercepts to graph a linear equation. So in part 2, we graphed a linear equation by making a table of values. Now we're going to use our intercepts to graph it. So the first thing I need to do is find my x and y intercepts. So to find my x-intercept, I make y 0. So that's going to give me -5x equals -20. And then I divide both sides by -5 and get x equals -4. Which means that my x-intercept is at -4, 0. Okay? I'm going to work off to the right to give myself some more room. So to find the y-intercept, I need to do the opposite. I need to plug in 0 for x. So I'll get 4y equals -20. Divide both sides by 4. I get y equals -5. So my y-intercept will be at 0 and 5. So So then to graph this, I just need to plot these 2 points on my graph. So I need to plot negative 4, 0, which would be 1, 2, 3, 4 to the left, and then just right on the axis because it's the x-intercept. Then I need to plot the y-intercept, which is at 0, negative 5. So I don't go left to right, and I go down 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and put a point right there. Then just like we did in part 2, I need to connect these, which that is not a very straight line, but I go through the points and put arrows, because they're linear equations, they're going to go on it. That's a terrible line, but you get it. Alright, I'm going to let you guys try number 2. So follow the same steps I did, find your x-intercept, find your y-intercept, and then plot them and draw a line to them. And at the bottom is just some percent of change for review problem.